All right, so welcome to the deep dive. We are going deep today to the
B2B.
future of B2B content marketing.
Okay.
And we have a really interesting source to use for our deep dive today.
Hmm.
It is a recent article from Denmark
Ooh, Denmark.
with some predictions about the B2B marketing
Oh,
landscape
yeah.
in 2025.
Interesting.
So before we get into that, though, maybe you could just give us a super quick
Yeah.
refresher on what B2B content marketing even is.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you know, it's basically about, creating content that speaks to the needs of other businesses.
Right.
It's not about chasing after individual consumers. It's about engaging decision makers,
Yeah.
influencers,
Yeah.
and entire companies.
Yeah, so instead of selling a product directly to
Wow.
a person, it's more about establishing yourself as an authority,
Exactly.
building trust,
Yep.
and driving profitable actions within a specific niche. Okay, so that's B2B content marketing, and the article we're looking at today is all about how that's going to change by 2025.
Okay.
So what are some of the big takeaways?
Well, one of the biggest things that they're predicting is this increasing need for hyper-personalization.
Hyper-personalization, okay.
Yeah, like going beyond just basic demographics, really understanding your target audience on a deeper level.
Okay.
Like their psychographics, their pain points, their motivations.
And then so how do they say that that will impact the way that content is created?
Well, they're saying that content needs to be even more value-driven. It's not enough to just create content for the sake of creating content.
Okay.
It really needs to resonate with those decision makers and influencers that we were talking about.
So what does that look like? Like if you were going to give an example of a piece of content that is valuable versus a piece of content that's just kind of like
Yeah.
filler.
Right. So, like, imagine you're a CEO of, like, a tech company or something,
Yeah.
right? And you're just getting bombarded with information all day long.
Emails, blog posts, white papers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's actually going to cut through the noise
Right.
and capture your attention?
Yeah.
Probably not, like, a generic blog post about, like, 5 ways to improve productivity.
Right.
But
I got to be more specific.
Yeah, like, you would be much more interested in something that speaks directly to your challenges.
Okay.
Like, for example, a case study about how a company similar to yours overcame a specific obstacle
Okay.
using a particular solution.
Right. So it's more about providing a solution to a problem that your
Yeah.
target audience is actually facing.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. So that's like one of the big things they talk about in this Danish text.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else that really caught my eye as I was reading this.
Okay.
Which is the role of AI in B2B content marketing in 2025.
AI. Yeah.
Yeah, they talk a lot about how AI is going to be crucial for personalization and data analysis, which makes sense.
Yeah.
We're seeing that kind of trend happening already.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's really going to ramp up by 2025.
Totally.
What are your thoughts on that? How is AI going to be used specifically for B2B content marketing?
Well, I mean, I think one of the biggest things is going to be that personalization aspect. We were talking about hyper-personalization earlier.
Right.
And AI is going to be really key in making that happen.
Okay.
So, like, imagine you have a website with a ton of content.
Yeah.
White papers, webinars, blog posts, case studies, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
AI can actually analyze the behavior of each visitor to your website
Wow.
and, look at their industry, their job title.
So it's not just like putting a cookie on their computer and seeing
Right.
what pages they visit. It's actually like looking at their brand.
Exactly. It's taking all of that data
Wow.
and then using it to personalize the website experience in real time.
So it's like serving up the most relevant content
Exactly.
to each individual visitor.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like having a personal content concierge
I like that.
for every visitor.
That's really cool. And then what about the data analysis side of things?
Yeah. So AI can also be used to analyze massive amounts of data
Okay.
to, figure out what's working and what's not
Yeah.
in terms of your content strategy.
So it's not just about, guessing what's going to work.
Right.
It's actually looking at the data
Exactly.
and seeing what's resonating.
Yeah.
So you can kind of tweak your strategy over time.
Exactly.
That's great. I love that. Okay, so we've talked about hyper-personalization. We've talked about AI.
Yeah.
What else is this Danish text predicting for the future of B2B content marketing?
Well, another thing they talk about is video.
Video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, video's already huge.
Yeah, it feels like everyone's saying video is king.
Right.
But, it does feel a little bit more casual sometimes
Yeah.
than like a professionally written white paper or something.
Sure.
So how do you think video fits into the B2B content marketing landscape? I mean, I think video is incredibly powerful, especially for B2B,
Okay.
because it can really bring complex ideas to life,
Okay.
make them easier to understand and more engaging.
Yeah.
Like, would you rather read a long article about a new software platform
Or watch a video.
or watch like a short, 2-minute video?
Yeah, that just shows me. That walks you through it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially if I'm, busy and I don't have a lot of time.
Right.
I'd much rather watch video.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're saying video is going to continue to be important.
Yes, definitely.
And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on is LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, this Danish text specifically calls out LinkedIn as a platform to watch for B2B content marketing.
I mean, it's not surprising.
Right.
LinkedIn is the professional networking platform.
Right.
But what do you think is so special about LinkedIn?
Well, I think it's because LinkedIn is where decision makers are. It's
Yeah.
where influencers are. It's where industry experts are. So it's not just about posting your content on LinkedIn and hoping for the best.
Okay.
It's about actually engaging with people.
So it's like more of that two-way communication that we were
Right.
talking about earlier.
Exactly.
So it's about building relationships, joining relevant groups,
Yep.
participating in discussions,
Yeah.
not just broadcasting your message.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so this has been a really interesting look into the future of B2B content marketing.
Yeah.
As we wrap up here, is there any kind of final thought that you want to leave our listeners with?
Yeah, I would just say that, the future of B2B content marketing, it's really about creating content that resonates.
Okay.
It's about understanding your audience on a deeper level,
Yeah.
leveraging the power of technology like AI, and using a variety of formats like video and written content to tell compelling stories.
Yeah, I love that. So it's not just about creating more content.
Exactly.
It's about creating better content.
Exactly.
And content that actually speaks to the needs of your audience.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Deep Doc today.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all of our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.